Alright. Everything's good. Everything's good. Oh my god. Been a while. Alright. I need like a refresher on what happened. What happened? What happened? Did something happen? We ate lunch, we left. Oh, we saw the ghost. Ah. Okay. That's what happened. And I guess we passed out, or we were screaming, or something happened? Zachary... I don't know if they went up or down. I kind of wish it showed me if it went up or down on the relationship bar.
Bella, you okay?
My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, my weakened limbs relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home at the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up anything to get the wretched sensation out.
You are screaming! Zach, call someone! No, don't. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zach, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it likely comes off as a grimace. Gently, I pushed her hands off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling, and I can stand. Leave me. Stay away. Away. The humidity is stifling. Everyone's stares are unnerving, and Becca and Zach's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. No more. I break into a run. What? We ran away? Isabella! Come on, man, you can't. Oh. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here, with the only occasional drips of water in the sink and the whirring of the fan blades to keep me company, it's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. But even with the clutter to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. Hold on, I don't... Is this stream going on? Hold on, let me... I have like 2 minutes of drop frames. Let me... I think it's working. Okay. Here's hoping it's working. But even with the clutter to keep me company, the room still feels a whole lot bigger than usual. I hug my knees closer as the group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out, to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Her screams, her awkward gait, as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for... Enough. That's enough. A shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters the room from the windows I've left open. Ah. My gaze shifts over the letter, sitting on the coffee table. Its edges flutter innocuously as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary-looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. The impulse to throw it away or rip it to pieces is still there. I can easily do it, but after that, what? Will she leave me? What about those people who have already seen it? Will they be okay? This uncertainty gnaws at me. Knowing that she's real and might also go after the people I care about. Just wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in the silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions where I've carelessly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. Zach's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon? Frankly, it's the last thing I want to discuss, but I did leave the two of them there without saying anything. Knowing Zach, I bet he's worried.
Hey, Zach.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you're not gonna pick up.
Sorry, it took me a while to find my phone.
No worries. You game tomorrow?
I pause. I don't recall making plans with Zach for the weekend.
Did I forget something?
Remember that guy I told you about? Back in the movies? The, priest? For the blessing?
Ah!
Does it ring a bell?
Does ring a bell. Alright. I didn't say that, but I didn't think you'd actually go through the trouble, especially after what happened with this film. Sometimes I forget how kind Zach can be.
Yeah, I remember.
Zach is best boy.
Is he fine with it?
My friend doesn't mind. We're lucky he's not busy. So, tomorrow, he'll meet us at the mansion.
Why do we gotta go to the mansion? Why can't we just meet him at a cafe or something? Oh, right, he's blessing the house. Okay, never mind, hold on. I was thinking like, you know, yeah, we could talk to him about everything that's happening and not just avoid going back. Alright, well, anyways.
Okay. Sorry for the trouble, Zach.
Hey, no problem. I'm the one who suggested it to begin with. And, well, this afternoon you did surprise us. Never seen you scream like that. You scared the hell out of Rebecca.
I guess I owe you a lot for this, huh?
Nah, we're cool. You had us worried. But I know you'll tell us about it eventually. I just want to make sure you're doing well. You left all of a sudden and you're not answering any of our calls.
Oh my god, best boy. He's trying to get me to talk. Normally I'd tell him I'm fine, say use simple reassurances to put their mind at ease. Now nothing will form. I can't bring myself to say anything. He seems to have sensed my hesitation because he immediately changes the subject.
Yeah, anyway, I gotta go. I left something on the stove before making this call. Just soup. But it'd be embarrassing if I burned soup.
I doubt it. Ashton, on the other hand.
Yep. She's in love with Ashton. Why would she mention Ashton? Huh? I'm just saying. Like, they both really like each other. In a weird, I don't like you, but I kind of like you way. It's weird.
Well, remind me to tell you about what he did with the pressure cooker next time. Oh, damn, it overflowed. Really need to get going. Bye, Bella.
He hangs up before I can thank him. Busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one is saying this will work. Even I am doubtful it will. But right now, I'll take anything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Sleep comes easier tonight, and for the first time in a long time I dream. Clear skies of unrestrained laughter from children playing in the streets, and of small, cramped dwellings? To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this is home to me. Oh. I guess if you have 8 siblings, or 6 siblings, or how many siblings she has. How many siblings does she have? Let's see, got 7. The 2 older ones, she's like a middle child, and the 4 younger ones. Yeah, that's hard to find an apartment or condo or house that big. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy, I've missed the chilly autumn weather. It's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Zach's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. When 9 o'clock rolls around, I'm already on my way to the Ermengarde mansion. I think I have to go back again. I'd be lying if I said excited. What? You're not excited? She's excited? I don't have to. What? Is that what she said? I don't. To think that I have to go back again, I'd be lying if I said. Oh, okay. I don't have to anymore. Rose happily gave me the paperwork duty when I volunteered. We're on the last phase of the sale too. Well, almost. Papers assigned, documents to finalize, various other legalities to settle with the current owner and all that still. Never mind that its new owners want everything done within the week, when the process typically takes more than that. They want it done, we'll get it done. I really don't understand rich people. But money can do wonders. I won't be surprised if they'll be able to push the process just a little more, like what they did to secure the house. The point is, I'm under no obligation to return to the house anymore. Running isn't an option, of course. I can now move on to another property and forget everything. However, at the end of the day, it's always my conscience that wins. What if something happens to those who have seen the letter? Ash, Zach, Becca, Ms. McCullough, Marianne, the Wrights? The guilt will follow me to my grave. The mansion looms as we approach, whispers welcoming me back, shadows calling. I hope this is the last time. Oh, hey, it's the priest. Looks pretty good for a priest. They're engaged in a quiet conversation when I find them in the mansion's front gardens. Like he's wearing a suit, is what I'm trying to say. Don't priests wear robes and stuff? No? Am I wrong? Yeah, I'm wrong. Even with the familiar company, it's impossible to feel at ease here. No matter who I'm with, the feeling of being watched is there. Like the very place itself is aware of its trespassers. Dak, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice. Or he simply doesn't care. Or he's already used to it. I can never tell with him. Sometimes he's almost as hard to read as Ash. Almost. At least Zach doesn't ask for as much patience as dealing with Ash does. And that says plenty about him. Miracle of miracles how the two have ended up the best of friends. He waves as I approach. True to his promise, Zach has also brought his friend with him, Father Norman. Somehow I expected him to look older.
Oh, don't be surprised. They say people who have found their calling are getting younger these days.
Sorry, Father. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
No offense taken, though I admit I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think someone would ask this house to be blessed after all these years.
You've heard of it, Father?
In passing, the occasional rumors and talk by the locals, nothing new. You don't spend years serving the church here without hearing a random hearsay here and there.
You never mentioned what you thought of those, Father.
Ah, but he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more.
What does that mean?
But what I saw...
Wait, no, go back. What does that mean? He goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall he... Oh, is he just talking about the dead?
May not be what you think. It depends entirely on what you mean by it. If you're talking about spirit beings, angels, demons, then yes. Are we talking about the spirits of people who have departed? The word makes it clear that once the deceased has left us, they are gone. But of course, I didn't come here to bore you with a lecture.
Sorry, I got a message.
No, it was enlightening, Father. Thank you.
Enlightening.
Just remember that a God who loves his children would never let them linger once the time comes.
That's what my papa often tells me.
Your father must be a good man. He raised you well, no doubt. Well then, shall we?
No, really don't want to go back.
Regardless of what it is, I'm sure the mansion's new owners would appreciate such sincere intentions. From a stranger, no less.
He let Zach and I walk ahead. A relief. This way he won't see how tightly I'm clutching the straps of my bag. Father Norman's probably trying to put me at ease. But the worry, the cold, restless, foreboding feeling has firmly lodged itself in my stomach, making its presence known with every step we take towards the house.
Hey, you okay?
Ooh. Zach lightly nudges my side, careful, mindful of his motions, to avoid startling me, oh no doubt. So where are we with Zach? Ooh, we're really high. I'm just gonna be honest. It's hard to lie when... I don't know if it moved. It's hard to lie when Zach gives you that look. It's just there. The kind that implores, a silent appeal. I'm not sure if he's even doing it consciously. Another breeze blows and I try not to shiver, try not to listen to the voices that may or may not be there.
Ugh, this place really gives me the creeps.
It doesn't seem more than an ordinary house to me, though. Damn, I should have brought my camera with me. I saw a few areas that'd be good for a shoot. You think the new owners will allow it?
Shh! What if you catch something? Or someone in one of the pictures?
Ooh! Fatal frame.
It just means they want to be seen, doesn't it?
Just bring the camera obscura.
Don't ask for it!
It's not like we can stop them if they do.
That's true? I don't know much about ghosts.
You're really not helping, Zach.
All right. Sorry. Don't worry. I don't think whatever's inside this house will do anything.
Bullshit. Calling total bullshit on that. You saw her crawling towards us while I was mashing the Z key?
I'm here, yeah? I'll take care of them. Or I think I can.
No, you can't.
You're not that scary, but thanks. I'll be sure to run behind you if I see one.
What's it gonna do? Swing at it? It's a ghost. Ridiculous talk, though the temporary reprieve it lends is more than welcome. He offers me a smile in return, the least he could do. And with a slight motion of his head, he gestures us for us to move ahead while my own fears are left forgotten for the time being. The things inside my bag clatter against each other while I rummage for the keys to the mansion. I should have heard the telltale jiggle by now, but didn't I put it in my bag last night? Seconds later, I'm sitting on my heels and one after another I'm taking out everything from my pocket every slip. It'll be a pain to put everything back later, but I'm sure it's just under these. Nothing. Aw, man, of all the times to forget.
Is something the matter?
No, I'm sorry, Father. I think I left the key.
No use coming up with excuses, and right after they've both taken the time to go this far away from the city. With a heavy sigh, I grab the door handle to pull myself up, a string of apologies ready at the tip of my tongue, and it opens.
Careful, Bella!
We've spoken with the current owners. Well, technically, you're not yet the owners, but...
Wait, what? They're in the house? There's a brief moment of confusion, and then I'm falling. The momentum of the door swinging open pulls me back first into the mansion's foyer before I can make sense of what's happening.
Ow, my back.
What the... Isabella?
Why are you three here? No time to nurse my bruised back or make up excuses, because the next thing I know, Zach's gently pulling me upright by my arm. Rose looks down at me with a mixture of apprehension and something I couldn't quite place. I'd say it's relief, but sheesh, good going, Isabella, right after you volunteered to work on the papers. And staying right behind her...
Ma'am Hannah! Mr. Wright!
Oh, that's right, she called him Ma'am Hannah.
Oh, Isabel. We always meet in the most interesting circumstances.
You're suspicious, lady. I don't trust you.
A complete understatement, darling. What are they doing in my house?
Abruptly, he waves his hand at Zach and Father Norman like their presence is a slight against his own.
I thought you said you wanted to do paperwork duty. What are you doing here?
So Hannah's smiling and the other two are just not amused. Like a deer caught in the headlights. Unfair, Rose. That's putting me on the spot. And it leaves me no other choice but to answer.
The reason why I'm here?
Well, spit it out, Lily. We don't have all day.
I'm just here to make sure everything is fine before you move in.
I am so sorry, Mama. You said I'll go to hell if I lie. I likely will after this, but there's no other way. Well, it isn't entirely a lie. I am here to make sure no one disturbs them after they move in. It just so happens that what I'm checking for and trying to drive away is of the paranormal variety.
Oh? The house appears impeccably fine to me.
Mr. Wright shifts his eye around in a careful manner, as if he's looking for faults in every crevice of the house. The grin on his face, though, when he returns his attention to me, is similar to what my Booyah Jordan, brother Jordan, had often given me when he was up to something. Usually a scare prank that inevitably ended me in crying. I never did forget the way my brother sneered at me then. Part of me thinks that perhaps, if I hadn't been the object of his mischief in childhood, I would have grown a little braver.
Come on, little Lily. Lying doesn't do that cute little face any justice. I'm a very patient man. Now, why are you really here?
Right now, in the face of an almost identical expression, perhaps even crueler than what I'm used to, the lie I told falls apart.
The truth is, I was just thinking we could have the house blessed before move-in day.
And why would we ever need to have this house blessed?
For luck and protection.
I shrink under his scrutinizing gaze. For a second, I think he'll start shouting at me. Instead, he laughs. Not the mocking, jeering kind, but one wondering if he's hearing things right. I'd say he was amused, but I honestly couldn't understand what's so funny with what I just said. Was it really that weird? Wasn't it custom here? I wish Becca was here to explain stuff like this.
That's rich coming from you. When we saw Devlin Court, you didn't.
It's a small custom back home. I thought it would be nice to do something that would bring positive energy to the mansion, since this place has been empty for years.
And the papers, Isabella? I hope you did those first before this.
Of course I did. It's almost done, in fact. But there are some items I still have to double check before finalizing everything. You know I don't sign without a thorough inspection. And well, this is what this is for too. I just thought it would be more efficient to do both at the same time.
Here, I thought you didn't want to go back.
I didn't, actually.
A job is a job, Rose. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then go ahead. No need to be so hard on her, Rosie. I personally think it's a nice touch. I was actually thinking of the same thing.
What?
But you beat me to it.
She's suspicious! 100% suspicious!
Darling, Buttercup, please. You know these things don't work.
What? No, he's like Ashton.
No offense meant to the holy man, of course. That does not explain the nigger, though.
Whoa! Whoa! What? What? Holy shit! What did you say? Bad language. Don't say that. All of a sudden, there's an awkward silence that even Rose of all people seem reluctant to break. Yo, even Hannah's like, what? Although a desire to do so is evident in the way her eyes nervously shift to Mr. Wright. Oh, my nose is all congested because I'm a little flustered by that. Whoa, probably didn't expect that. Mr. Wright? I need to blow my nose. Excuse me. It's just I don't like that. I didn't like that at all. Meanwhile, Zach's grip on my arm suddenly tightens. He doesn't say anything further, but there's a conflicted look on him when I glance up. That's the face he makes only when he desperately wants to give someone a piece of his mind, but chooses not to do so, mostly to avoid confrontation or fanning the flames to an argument. He has always been like this. Even among his own friends, he chooses to take a placating stance despite holding opinions of his own. Not that I won't say anything, but I know Mr. Wright's a client, but you can't just say that in front of other people, in front of Zach no less. If Ashton were here, I know he wouldn't stand for it. And neither do I. There is a reason why bullies back home never touch my younger brother again after I gave them a taste of their own medicine. He might be inches taller than me, but I'm pretty sure I can still land a head or two. Maybe. If only I'm not going to get in trouble with BRC for it. But before any punch can be thrown, Ma'am Hannah cuts in.
Lucille Mitchell Wright.
In a voice too firm, demanding his complete silence.
What?
Instead of answering, she merely crosses her arms and shoots her husband a sharp, disapproving glare. That seems to have done the trick. He immediately shuts his mouth, but not before muttering a few inaudible words under his breath. At this, Ma'am Hannah could only sigh and shake her head.
Oh, give it a rest, love. Do you have a better idea? Who knows? Positive energy might even give us what we've been waiting for. Or
Well,
some peace.
It's sort of confirmed that... Oh man. I didn't expect Mr. Wright to be a racist. Come on, man.
Let them do their job.
What have we been waiting for? I don't think I was ever informed of.
Nothing you should worry about right now. Anyway, we've still got a few things we need to discuss with Rosie here. Over lunch? I hope you don't mind, Isabel. We'd love to take you with us, but...
Oh, no. Go ahead, ma'am. This'll take time. That's why there's two of us working on this.
Rosie looks like she's about to murder someone. Probably me. At least, she won't have to stay in the haunted property. You're getting the better end of this deal if anyone's gonna ask me.
Oh, wonderful. I hope the next time the three of us meet, it'll be over a closed deal, hmm?
Of course, ma'am. Please look forward to it.
Also, wash your husband's mouth with soap, please. And probably bleach. But soap. PG. Rose hurriedly hands me the keys to the house before leaving, mouthing reminders to secure the place and harmless threats for throwing her under the bus. I return it with a reassuring smile of my own, even if she's the one who often forgets. Sheesh. And just like that, gone just as quickly as they appeared, fleeting from one scene to the next and leaving me wondering if this is simply what's typical for the rich and famous. If so, I'd rather stay with my run-down apartment or our little shack back at home. There's still joy in the smallest things, after all. May this house be blessed! With a house this big, it's not surprising when the ceremony takes few hours to finish. The sun's already high by the time we've gone through the last room. I can never say I'm a devout follower of my own faith, even with Mama and Papa's teachings, but hearing every word Father Norman uttered as we went around the house has put me at ease. All of a sudden, the mansion doesn't seem so scary anymore. Maybe there's an end to this? Or perhaps this is the end. Father Norman bids us goodbye upon exiting the mansion grounds. His business in the village nearby, he says, a minute gesture to reach out to the members of their parish every once in a while. It reminds me of a distant memory of helping hands and a few kind smiles that helped my family through when times were tough. But before he leaves...
Isabella, a word before I go? Zachary hasn't been really forthcoming with your situation, and it is something I understand it wasn't his to share. But whatever burdens you, know that it's not a permanent fixture in your life. Besides, you have people to bear it with.
Oh, wow. Alright. Thanks, priest. I bite back the harsh retorts before they come out, masking it with a smile as we wave the good priest off. His words, though meant to comfort, has only left a bitter taste in my mouth. And if they don't believe you, what am I to do? A hand lands briefly on my shoulders, taking me out of my thoughts before they take a sullen turn. But my smile doesn't quite reach my ears when I return to him.
Say, do you want to go somewhere?
Right now? Where to?
Date with Zach!
Anywhere in the city. I'll leave it up to you.
Date with Zach! Hell yeah! Hang out with
Wouldn't
Zach!
hurt. I've got some stuff I need to buy. Groceries.
Hell yeah! We besties with Zach!
And there's a shop I want to check.
Is it real food this time?
Let me guess. Rebecca?
She's just worried about you. Even I can't eat that much instant noodles.
Think of it as a talent.
That's gross, Isabella.
Let's just go, Zach.
I smile, a real one this time, devoid of any unpleasant thoughts. Regardless of what happened between us these past few days, I don't want to think harshly of them. Ah. I is wearing a white suit. Alright. You don't really see that every day. Also, a girl with pink hair. Don't see that every day. Alright, Zach had me wait on a nearby bench upon arriving prior to going off somewhere. He hasn't returned since, and it's been a good 20 minutes of being left alone entirely to my thoughts. In this weather, the city park gives us a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now people lying, leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from the nearby carts, and if the wind blows in the right direction, one would catch the whiff of freshly trimmed grass. I'd gladly sleep on this bench if it wasn't waiting for anyone. Soon enough, I see his hulking figure running towards me, carrying a medium-sized box on one hand and casually waving the other at me. He's panting when he reaches my bench. Sweat drips profusely from his forehead, but there's a grin on his face.
Sorry, the line was really long.
You didn't have to run. Sit down first.
Nah, I'm good. Didn't want to make you wait for these.
I already know what's in the box before he opens it. Blue box. Whoa! Oh my god, the cinnamon rolls are shining. All 6 of them topped with a white cream cheese glaze. The very same one I bought after I sold my first property. After I met Zach, Ash, and Becca. Funny how such a small thing can trigger a distant memory, no matter how mundane it is. I don't say no to free food, but why is he getting me these now?
What for?
He leans on the empty space beside me, wiping the sweat off his forehead before answering.
An apology. And as thanks for yesterday and the other day.
Wait. An apology? He hasn't done anything wrong.
You don't have to buy me anything, Zach.
You were upset. You haven't been yourself recently, and people kind of miss that, you know?
Oh.
Are you just saying that, or...
No, really. Rebecca told me. You know how she is. Ashton, too.
Ashton was an ass. He should have been named Ashhole instead.
He went a little overboard, yeah. I can talk to him if you want.
He'll still tease me about it, even if it's Rebecca telling him to stop. Besides, I can handle him.
You always do. And yesterday, when you talked me through my little slump, I thought, hey, I want our old Isabella back. Are you still upset?
There are times when I wish Zach had been my big brother or Becca my older sister. Maybe life would have been a little easier then. Maybe Poppy... Poppy? Poppy! But maybe Papa wouldn't be as sick as he is. Maybe I wouldn't be alone here. But then again, if he is, if they are what I wish them to be, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met Ash too. Life back home is tough, but for all that, I wouldn't change it for the one selfish wish. In this city of 68,000 people, I have people I could depend on. 3 of them, in fact. When you think about it, when you compare the numbers to the odds of finding someone like them amidst the sea of nameless people, I'm lucky.
Thanks a lot for today, Zach. You didn't have to, but you did. I can always count on you.
Just me? No Ashton or Rebecca? Oh boy, they won't be happy to hear that. I don't mind being the favorite, though.
You, definitely best boy, #1 favorite.
Nope, no favorites.
What?
But you cook better than both of them, so that's a plus.
He's my favorite.
It's always been food with you, ain't it?
Don't put it like that. You're making me sound like a glutton.
I'm not saying you are, but it does feel good to know there's someone I could invite for food to be able to eat all of it.
Only that? I thought we were also art buddies.
Oh, that's right. Isabella's a fine art student. Does she have her degree? She has a degree, right? I think so. Oh no, she didn't complete the degree, I guess. That sucks. Well, she could always go back. It's not like a complete loss. Huh.
Oh, that too. But the food thing really stands out when you think about it. You do eat a lot for someone your, size.
Low blow. I take pride in my height.
So, is it okay now? Do you feel better? Does it still scare you?
What's her height? 5'2", that's kind of short.
A little. I'll be okay. I'll figure it out, somehow. It's not as bad as the other day, and Father Norman helped too. I should have brought something to thank him.
Oh, we could visit him anytime. He loves hearing from the young ones.
The young ones?
He isn't that old, is he?
How old is he?
Don't know. He doesn't tell.
I'm 67.
I think I might have seen his face somewhere before. I just couldn't recall when or where. Ash says he looks like his boss or the bartender at the local pub if he squints.
Oh.
Don't take his word for it, of course. He might have accidentally inhaled something from the forensic lab again when he said that.
This time the laughter that comes from both of us is genuine. Back to the usual. Things may have not been the easiest lately, but it certainly isn't the worst that has happened. We do end up sharing the cinnamon buns between us despite Zach's insistence that it's only for me. But more than the food, there's relief and contentment.
If you need anything, just ring, okay? Like when Ash annoys you too much. I'll help you with him, best friend or not.
No way. I can take him on.
Still an extra muscle wouldn't hurt, yeah? Just let me know, and I'll back you up.
He's the best boy. I love Zach.
My sister knows this one thing to shut him up when he's being his usual self. Ask me what it is whenever you want, and I'll spill it.
I don't think that's necessary, but thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
Leaves me with a smile and a wave. Off to some new gig again. As for me, we still need to talk. Becca, Ash, and I already put petty arguments aside like the adults we all are. This, however, is a start, no matter how small it may be. I just hope I can keep them safe. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling in the distinct smell of the earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to visit the grocery too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? The cats? Wait, what? Excuse me? What happened? Why are we at a cat? What's with the cat? Huh? The cat's name? What? The cat's name is Beruthiel. Or at least that's what the collar says. It's an odd name to give a cat in my opinion, but it speaks grace much like the one that carried. What the fuck is happening? Did I find a cat on the way? No, like the one that carries it. It shows in the way he swishes his tail and his eyes follows my hand's every movement. Not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me after all. It was a bad idea, carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries without help or a sure ride home. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought all of these at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park. And now I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat, in the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back at home they're considered ill omens. Oh.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with rowdy younger brothers and sisters does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mama used to call me a little troublemaker before. Well, graceful or not, there's no use moping. A short breather and then I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company's bad. Even if it's a cat. As long as it doesn't bite or cross my path.
Where's your owner anyway?
He has one, doesn't he? An owner? That's what the collar's for, isn't it? The bandage is wrapped on one of its paws, though. Wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course. And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
I take a small packet of sweets from one of the bags beside me and pop it open. As I'm about to put one in my mouth, he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
Is that okay to feed a cat sweets? Andy? I don't know if this is a good idea. He doesn't meow again as I'm expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. I shift the piece to my palm and hold it out to him warily. He sniffs at it once, twice before...
Baruthia!
Whoa! Marianne! Like a good properly trained pet, Beruthiel responds as soon as he's called. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps in the direction of the voice. Marianne's hard to miss with her height?
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you?
How tall is she?
Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Beruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even run away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Beruthiel's a she.
Oh. Sorry. Gee, all this time I thought... In pause in conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely 2 people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meetings like this don't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Oh, fuck. Well, we're on a very neutral stance with Marianne's relationship. So... I mean, I'm probably not gonna talk about the cat, because I've already said something bad about it. Let's talk about her job.
I'm just curious.
Holy shit!
About your work.
That increased so much!
What about it?
There is something guarded in an expression at the mention of work, but I pushed through with my question.
I just want to know how it is to work on a house like the Ermengarde mansion. Is it hard?
I guess she wasn't expecting a question like that, if the way her eyebrows shot up tells me something.
Because of its age? I wouldn't say it is. It is a challenge, considering the factors me and my team have to sort out. But it's a good project. A breath of fresh air from what I usually work on. And I have a good team. Those original fittings, though. It might be old, but the architecture is magnificent. I'm sure you've seen the stained glass windows in the foyer? Oh, I can already think of so many things I could do with it. But of course, my team will have to double check for necessary repairs here and there. That's probably for the best. It's easy to break some key elements with a rush restoration job, and who knows what other hidden issues there might be underneath. I'm sorry, I spoke too much.
Aw. She's very enthusiastic about her job.
No, it's okay. You seem to really love what you're doing.
It's not really like that. I'm just lucky to have found work in an interesting field. Anyway, Bruthiel's due for her visit to the vet. Nice talking to you, Miss Santos. I wish you luck with what you're planning to work on. It seems like a big project, too.
Oh, the art stuff. She gestures with her hand towards the bags, the ones filled with stuff I've recently bought from the art store.
It's a project for a friend, actually.
All the same. Good luck.
I watch her as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she's forgotten to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion. With my clients, it's the rights, I mean.
Uh-oh.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, about the mansion.
No. No, don't I mean, I don't know. I kind of like Marianne. It's very... I don't know. You don't really see a lot of people enthusiastic about their job. So... I kind of like her. The letter, the same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCullough, I have to say it, don't I? Miss McCullough, that the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. They're real. She is not going to believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
I hastened to pick up all the bags I left on the bench and ran as far as my legs can take me. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to go home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded about the house. Of her. Of my own cowardice. Okay. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. Am I still eating cup noodles? One would think that someone would have been able, who had been on a continuous binge of instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal enjoyable. But it isn't. Hunger isn't what is gnawing me at night. Tonight, neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget okay. I think my brain's slowing down now. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you, eats at you, devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish it was someone else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home yesterday evening.
What?
Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Is it the ghost? A woman. Oh, fuck. Who could it be? Hold on, I'm trying to get to... Who could it be? Could it be Rebecca? Marianne? Hannah? It could be anyone. Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper,
Oh,
33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
Oh, shit. So that's why she doesn't show up. Oh, are you telling me that she dies no matter what? Oh, that sucks. Because I can't even play as her on the left-hand side. Not showing in the relationship thing. Ah. Rose?
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her
Whoa.
2-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Whoa. Another victim by the Ansem Butcher. Wait. Wait. So is there a serial killer who's posing as the ghost? No, that can't be right. Isn't that the ghost? I thought it was Ghost. Also, that's creepy as fuck. That's a nice picture of Rose, though. No. This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this is supposed to happen. No one's supposed to die. These are just stories, right? Legends? That's what everyone has been kept telling me. And immediately I rushed to my study table and searched my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clings tightly to it as soon as I touch the edges. A piece of folded paper, the letter, lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I pick up the device. But I pay it no mind. There are more important things. Right now, I need to call her. I was with her not too long ago. She was okay. No. It isn't Rose, I'm sure of it. I just talked to her and a sob escapes me and hot tears begin to blur my vision. One after another, they trickle down, weighted by the very same guilt I have refused to admit I've been carrying from the very start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that I've been put the people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I navigate to Rose's number on my contacts list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick it up, tell me to turn down the waterworks, and call me a wuss afterwards.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Oh. Again and again I dial, whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose. Don't do this to me. Please pick up. I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxborn in the recent years. The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
The TV runs loudly in the background. So there is a serial killer, but I feel like this is the ghost for some reason. I mean, actually, what would have happened if I didn't press Z as fast as I did last time? Would I have just been a game over? I don't know. A deafening static sounds from my phone's speakers, but in my ears I can only hear the screams, her pleas, her whispers, help me. We are not safe. Next day. A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body still wants to sleep to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly I become aware of how awkward my position is and the aches that accompany sleeping in the curled position the night before. Even if I even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud, and said the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of one letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else had to get involved. I should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly when I look at it, as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. I check it nevertheless out of habit more than anything. To all BRC employees in light of the recent events. What? In light of the recent events? There will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy, and policies will all be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Thank you. Joan Alice Schultz, your HR manager. Oh, whoa. Sorry, I was scrolling and I got here. That's cool. If this were one of those typical days, I'd happily comply and get myself to our office. Today, my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, taking my mind elsewhere. On the other hand, the place in itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. I should just... I'm not gonna stay home. I don't want to be alone. I think that's probably the #1 rule in a horror scenario. You should never be alone. Because it's just, the ghosts or killers are just gonna pick you off one by one. Moping won't get me anywhere. This is just like one of those things, isn't it? You deal with a smile no matter how bad things get and hope for the best. Although my whole body feels like lead and my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and head for the shower. The letter I dropped on the floor last night flutters open as I pass by, unfolding for no one else but for me to see. Every single word written on it glares back at me. They sneer, they ridicule, like living beings fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it in my bag, perhaps with more anger and frustration than I'm used to showing. This too I'll deal with. Somehow, I'll find a way and make things right. I have to. Before it takes more people from me. Even if I must do it on my own. No! No, 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 no. Papers rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical working day at Briar Realty Corporation, except it isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone present has already heard of Rose. If they missed last night's report, they'll likely see it in the morning news, in the papers, or on various news sites on the internet. Everywhere is a bitter reminder. In fact, everyone's giving me a wide berth, as though the mere mention of Rose would be enough to trigger something in me. It's appreciated, but it only serves to create a bigger hole in the place Rose has left. After lunch, my boss calls for a meeting. I don't have to look up from my work to know what it is about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. Oddly, I appreciate it more if he just shouted at me today. Anything is better.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team and she will be missed. There's no date for a funeral, yet. But those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, a word? In my office?
At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing the rights papers, and have been promised an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to, anyway, if I want to forget. Time flies when you do, and by the time I give notice, it's already late. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. Rose likely does. She remembers people easily like that.
The Luxbon Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
The radio blares one name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still have to check. Frantic, I turn back to my desktop. The loud tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the office for the better part of my shift as I look through everything. The background about the place, its history from the current owners, and a list of employees hired by under BRC. And I'm right. Oh fuck, that's where the AWOL staff... So all the AWOL staff for the mansion has gone missing. That something is fishy. No shit. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff, but they may have a lot of agents hired, but I remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. And the letters? No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. These people Rose the letter?
I need to... No. If it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe... I don't want to get my hopes up yet. But maybe there's still a way I can save them? A letter, my phone, papers, anything that will be useful. I grab all of them and stuff them in my bag. I can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something those people should... The noise cuts sharply through the room, stopping my hand short of cramming a pen into my bag.
Hello? Anyone there?
Someone must have let the printer open again. I may be in a hurry, but if I... Oh, fuck. I already know. Oh, no. I better be with the janitor. Swear to God, ghost lady. I may be in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, another person is certainly going to have a fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. Most of the time, it's Rose who does the nagging, but the clicking of my pen in my hand is a welcome distraction as I search for the said object. Each stride of my feet takes also echoes throughout the empty workplace. I've lost sight of the janitor minutes ago, and with me being the only one left, the tapping my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learned to appreciate. It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 pages are already strewn about on the ground, the paper tray having also been left ajar. Sighing, I pick up each of it up. What? I pick each of it up to put someplace proper. That's a sentence, I think. But the page that greets me next makes my blood run cold. You okay? Do we have a font like that somewhere? There's gotta be a font that we downloaded on the internet somewhere, right? Right? Right. Nope. The chill that makes its way up my spine is as numbing as the day at the attic. The sheets crinkle on my tense grip. All I can hear is my breathing as it wraps through my gritted teeth. Before I can even gather myself to take the first steps out of here, total darkness suddenly enveloped me. Oh! God damn it, ring lady! And as if hearing every hard thought running inside my head right now, something snaps. A soft creak grating through the thin veil of stillness that has descended in the room. Every muscle, every bone in my body goes rigid at the sound. Familiar. So familiar now. Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. Well, it's her! Standing in the only exit in the office, albeit facing away from me. He doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, and unsettling gait. The same person in the attic. I take a step back, the pen I'm holding slips from my hand, and her entire head turns! Alright. Yeah. A scream almost escapes my mouth, and I duck under my table as quickly as I can. My heart is pounding hard against my chest. I can hear the bone-chilling sounds of her walk, the weird clicking that follows her, and the telltale squelch of something wet as she walks towards me, nearer and nearer. The sounds are slowly getting louder. The only thing keeping the whimper from escaping me is my hand as it covers my mouth. Someone save me, please! Anyone? I close my breath, muttering a continuous stream of prayers, all while attempting to steady my own breathing. Please, please, don't let her near me. Hear me? Oh, what? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck! I'm gonna lose! Oh, okay. I'm good. I'm good. Oh, I'm so good! Fuck yeah! Who's good? I'm good. We're all good for ice cream. The seconds, minutes stretch out before me agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly, I open my eyes to take a peek. I don't dare. Oh! Oh, I thought that was her face. Alright, cool. Or make a noise. In face of such terror, I can only beg, let out silent pleas to whoever is out there. Please, please don't let her notice. I want to live. What? October 17th?